Hi friends and family, welcome to our hive. So today I'm going to show you a very easy way to make some delicious apple cider vinegar with the mother in it from home. I don't know about you, but this is something I really enjoy, and it's very expensive when you're using it regularly. If you're buying it in the supermarket, they go for about $6 to $7 a bottle for organic apple cider vinegar with the mother in it. And now through this video, I'm going to show you how you can make it at home and how easy it is, and show you how much money you can save. And it's honestly a lot more delicious than even the supermarket. So let's get to it. So as you can see here, I've laid out everything that you're going to need for now, which is apples, sugar, and a pitcher to put your apples in. The first step is going to be to wash all of your apples off. And then the second thing is going to be cutting up all of your apples. I use the whole apple. There's a lot of great benefits and nutrients in using the whole apple with the core and everything. Which if you're doing this organically, you can do that. I would not recommend doing it with non-organic apples. There's something that scientists know that I don't, but about the way that they treat non-organic apples. If you try to make vinegar with it with the core in it, it makes it very bitter. But if you're using all organic apples, you can use the whole apple. So let's start washing our apples and cutting them up, and then we're going to be placing them in our pitcher. So the first step in washing your apples is to start with a clean sink. I use hot water and vinegar to clean my sink out with. This keeps all chemicals out of my food, and then I filled it with cold water, and I'm just kind of bathing these apples here. I'm going to start removing all the stickers and some leaves and everything that I don't want in my vinegar. So after you have completed washing and cleaning up all of your apples, you're going to want to transfer them to a cutting board. And this is obviously where you're going to cut all of your apples. So the easiest way I find is just slicing them down the middle, laying one half down like that, and then making slices in it, just like as if you were baking a pie and preparing apples or pears for that, except we're not skinning them and we're not decoring them. So once you've done that, go ahead and place the whole apple slices in your jar, core and all. And let's do that to all of the apples, and I'll see you in a little bit. Once you have successfully finished cutting up your apples and putting them in your containers, you're going to want to fill your containers with water. And then you're going to add half a teaspoon of sugar per apple that you used. So for this pitcher, I used 26 apples. For this jar, this was an old spaghetti sauce jar, I used 4 apples. So for this one, I'm putting 2 teaspoons of sugar into here, and then I just shook this one up. I don't know the scientific explanation behind metal and fermenting, but you will want to remove this metal lid, and after you're done shaking all this up, once the sugar is all dissolved, and cover it with some cheesecloth and a rubber band, or a coffee filter and a rubber band. You want it breathable, but you don't want any metal. So for this one, when I add the water and sugar to it, I'm going to use a wooden spoon to stir it. Again, you don't want metal. And with this one, I don't need to put cheesecloth or coffee filters. This just is breathable. It lightly can sit on there. So this one's fine the way it is. And then once you've completed these steps, the final things is waiting for the fermentation to start. So this is where the sugar comes in. You want to use half a teaspoon per apple in your water. And this is not a sweetener. This is not to make it a syrup. So you don't want to use more than what I've suggested. Just half a teaspoon per apple. This helps feed the good bacteria that's going to break these apples down and ferment it and turn it into your vinegar. So again, don't overuse the sugar. You don't want a syrup. You just want to lightly add it to feed the good bacteria that's going to ferment and break all this down. Once the fermentation begins, you'll see a bunch of bubbles coming up, kind of like carbonation in a soda. That generally takes 2 to 3 weeks. So you're gonna let this sit for 2 to 3 weeks on your counter. After that, you'll strain out all the stuff you don't want in it, the bigger pieces, anything you don't want in your vinegar, and then you're gonna pour the liquid back into the jar and store it for another 4 weeks, and then it's done. You've successfully completed your first batch of vinegar. So I wish you guys all luck, and I'll see you next time. So this was the first time using this pitcher, and I realized I came into a problem. If you guys experience this in your pitchers or jars, where the apples are floating up above the water like that, all you're going to want to do is just add some kind of weight to hold them down and slowly push them back under the water. And then just keep that weight on there for the duration of the fermentation process. So I just wanted to show you that in case you didn't know what to do. Again, good luck, and I hope everything turns out great.